Twitch-AfrofishOG. What is up, everyone? It is Taylor back again from AfrofishOG, along with my, I'm just going to call you a co-host at this point, which is called Black Scorpio, my co-host. Still haven't found a name for the podcast yet. We're not using the one from before due to, I don't like it.
Due to regurgitation issues.
Yeah, it just
didn't sit right.
Fishy digest sounds.
Yeah, it sounds
horrible.
like something that we wanted to upchuck anyways. So we're gonna upchuck that and we're gonna toss it.
Oh yeah, like we'll figure it out. But but otherwise it just comes off as gross. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the more I think about it, the worse it gets. But it's it's the 24th. It's the day after Thanksgiving. At least for me over here in the
Speaking
US.
of, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. It was good, actually.
That's good. Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Thanks, man. I don't know what holidays are up in Canada.
Ours was last month. Other than that, your Memorial, our Remembrance Day passed, and all that's next is Christmas.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we have literally nothing right now up until Christmas.
It's like nothing bad happens over there.
You guys you guys got Halloween in October, then you guys got Thanksgiving by the end of November, which is closer to Christmas. We have our Halloween and our Thanksgiving in October, nothing in November, and Christmas.
Oh yeah, no, especially for up north, like near Wisconsin, where I'm at, it's September, where there's really not much of anything. Well, my birthday's up that time, so that's fine there. But it's like October, got Halloween. November, you have deer hunting season, which is like the middle of like November, and then you have Thanksgiving, and then you got Christmas and all that BS. I mean, let's be honest though, Christmas time started once people were done eating.
Mm-hmm.
Like once people are done eating, Christmas time starts, and it is like I worked at Walmart. All it was just people going off over and over and over on Thanksgiving. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's pretty awful. Like, Black Friday's terrible, but Black Friday plus Christmas music is just unbearable.
Oh god. Yeah, I really cannot stand hearing Christmas music by my birthday. It's like, my birthday's around your Memorial Day. Like, so my birthday just passed. Literally, it's our Remembrance Day. It's that time that, people, let's see, what happened? What was the big event from 1944? Like 1942 to 44? I don't know. There was some big event called a World War, I guess. There were two of them. And, it's supposed to be a day of remembrance. People are dying on the battlefield. The people are giving their lives for freedom and everything. There was 1 minute of silence, which is great. That's what I look forward to on my birthday every time. You get that 1 moment of silence, that 1 minute when the clock hits 11. But hearing Christmas music by then, no, just, you know what? Give me the bullets. Give me the war. Let me remember good shit. Don't let me start hearing Deck the Halls or Joy to the World when people have lost their lives for the sake of a country, for the sake of freedoms. To play that crap.
Oh, absolutely. It's the National Memorial Day, which is 11/11, and it's kind of the same thing. The only time you really get any kind of silence at all, a lot of people don't even remember that Memorial Day is during that time, anyways. But it's kind of unfortunate in those regards. But it's, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I remember being in school and they would fire off like a couple gunshots and stuff, and it was a way to remember. It was important, it was important for a lot of those elderly people. With myself working with elderly, I know that Memorial Day is very, very big for them. So it's nice, it's important. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's important for a reason. Actually, speaking of which, I swear I just saw something Okay, yeah. So I just saw this. So Black Ops will return in 2024, and it's set in the Gulf War this time. I thought I
Interesting.
saw it on I thought I saw it on Twitter, but I was gonna take a picture of it, and I just forgot. Um, but yeah, so Call of Duty is gonna take place in the Gulf War. It's another Black Ops this time, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about the Gulf War myself. But that excites me. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. That does excite me.
Which Black Ops is this going to be? 5 or 6?
Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War.
Oh, like no specific number, like 4, 5, 6, like that.
No, it's kind of like it's like a Cold War. You know what I mean? Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War. I mean, I'm
Oh,
sure it's gonna be the exact same thing. But I like the Black Ops series, so this might be the Call of Duty that I actually pick up. So I mean, I didn't pick up Cold War. I have Cold War now, but that was because it was a free game of the month. So I was like, fine, I'll go. I just haven't played it. I haven't touched it. So I might go through the campaign of it because I heard Cold War was good. So, but other than that, yeah, I was actually very, very surprised that they had it. That was going to be a Gulf War.
But Cold War wasn't Black Ops, was it?
Yeah,
I thought it was Call of Duty Cold War, not Black Ops Cold War.
Well, we'll find out. Give me a.
Yeah. Just it's fine.
No, it looks like it was Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Okay.
Because Black Ops, they can just keep the name in there.
Yeah. No, not bad. Good stuff.
Right. I mean, that's all they know.
I didn't get it, so I mean, I just play the COD and I just play for the hell of it, but I'm not gonna get like every single one that's gonna come up.
I won't either. I don't really. I'm not a huge COD person anymore, so I don't really do it a whole lot. I don't play those a whole lot anymore. But you know, so it is what it is. Like as far as I know, it's another COD game, just like any other COD game. The hype for COD just isn't around like it used to be anymore.
No. Yeah,
I remember
the hype's all over the place.
Like at least from what I see, people are still excited about it. But you know, you're like me. I know you came from that era of like when COD dropped their new trailer. It was like, holy shit! You know, this looked amazing. Yeah, and now COD's like, this is basically COD like bringing back the McRib. Just like,
well, you're still lucky because Canada's still waiting for that goddamn McRib. It's been over 20 years.
Well, I mean, you're not missing much. Like
we're missing.
Honestly, there's so many people who love the McRib. I don't know why.
Yeah, not sure.
I don't know why. No, I'm not sure either. But I mean, speaking, with COD too. I mean, I just think it's going to be an interesting. It's COD. Like you know what you're going to expect, and you know they're going to pump everything into Warzone to make it as Warzone possible without making it Warzone and trying to sell $70 for a game that basically is Warzone. So it is what it is. But I mean,
or if you're living in like Canada or Australia, $100.
Yeah,
for just a generated DLC.
God, that's ridiculous. No, speaking of sequels. So I've been kind of like looking up on just some old games that I want to see. Like, I want to see games get remastered. I think there's still a bunch of games that deserve to be remastered that won't be.
Instead of remastered or done like you're saying, how about revivals?
What do you mean? Like a remake, like a full on remake, kind of
like a full on revival of the
like
series.
A Resident Evil.
Oh, no, like a revival, like brought back. Like, so you're taking your sequels that you're wanting, but you want it redone, like fresh, like for it to be reborn, remade, but better. So this is going with what you're saying. So like we've done the remakes, of remakes, but how about a series that it's gone, like its time has come, but gone so fast. Like people forget about it. Like revive it, bring it back. Like I'm sure there are series or sequels like you're about to mention that you want for them to bring back.
Yeah, I mean there are going to be some sequels that I do want. I mean, I've always talked about, I usually use big into that big era where it's like the 2006 to 2008 8 9 era. So like I mean, The Force Unleashed, Dante's Inferno, Dark Void, Dark Sector, The Darkness. Wow, that's a lot of dark.
Yeah, well,
But
The Darkness was great.
Infamous, Prototype. If you really think about it, all those games were just that was the edgelord era. Like everything had to be super dark because we were just gaming was in its emo teenage stage.
Yeah, I miss those
We're
days.
just yeah, I do. Oh, I mean, I was gonna say Too Human, but we don't talk about Too Human.
Well, that game just. Yeah,
That
let's not.
game came in with like Anthem like hype, and then did Anthem like things before Anthem.
I still think
Uh
I still think I got every gamer score for it.
oh, nice. Like it's weird to me, dude. Because there is like a revival would be cool. I think it would have to really be certain, like specifically certain games, though. You know, I would say I'm gonna go with The Force Unleashed to start this off because this is the one that I know the most.
Okay.
But if I did like that one, I think would deserve. I mean, I don't know. I think that one could deserve like we'll call it a revival. I would actually let me scrap Star Wars the Force Unleashed and let me go to Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. The
Okay. Yeah.
old Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2s. I kind of wish they would have just brought those back.
Like back when they
I'm
first came out with when Battlefield introduced them, like with the whole dice engine and Frostbite.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm just not a huge with them. Revitalizing a franchise isn't easy. I was gonna say Doom, I guess, did that.
Mm-hmm.
Doom took their whole game and ran it in a different direction, and they did it fantastically. I guess I'm starting to think games now that I would say get a revival. Tomb Raider got a revival, with its
The
Survivor series.
the Metal Gear Solid series also got a revival, which is amazing because
Yup.
now,
Mo-
like, okay, I screwed up way back when with the whole Metal Gear series. Um,
what do you
I
mean?
thought I played the Metal Gear series, but I didn't. I played the VR missions, and like, you remember back then with the discs, like, when you used to play with the cartridges, your save cards, and said insert save card and everything into your PlayStation and the
Mm.
whole disc and all that. Well, here I thought I got Metal Gear Solid, which I did, but it was VR missions. So every time like I played it, I'm like, if you ask me if I really played Metal Gear Solid, no, I haven't. That's why I'm gonna buy the actual Metal Gear Solid series, the one that's in the store right
The
now, like the 1, 2, 3. So thank God they
oh yeah.
revived it because I want to re-get it to fully play it.
No, I get that. I do too. I've never played Metal Gear, so for me, that's going to be something I want to try. I just gotta wait until I can afford to get these games. Right now, I won't be able to, but hopefully soon in the future.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be a good time. But yeah, like I think I'm trying to think now games that could go in that direction and just try to remake them because it's hard to say. I mean, some games I think should just deserve just to get just remastered so you can be like, yeah, bring it back. But some games do deserve a full on remake. I mean, remember when what game was going to come through that was supposed to be a remake? Knights of the Old Republic. That
You're
was
right.
supposed to be a thing, and as long as I know, that thing's on. What is it? Infinite hiatus.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's been delayed for
yeah, to say
good
the
for a good
least.
question mark.
Yeah, I mean, there's some I would like to see get revitalized. Actually, one that I would like to get revitalized is Wave Race. Um, but that's because I love that jet skiing game. I actually played this called Jet Moto. It's also a game that came out in 1996. So if Wave Race was like the main jet skiing game, right?
I remember Jet
Yeah.
Moto.
Huh?
Wave Racer was Jet Moto, wasn't it?
No, Wave Race was its own game. Like Wave
And then
Race
there
was
was Jet
definitely
Moto.
Jet Moto is like the bootleg version. You know, it's like if you were like,
Yeah.
hey, I bought Infinity War. And you're like, well, I bought this one, and it says Never Ending War. Like
But
that's
I
Jet
do
Moto.
I do remember Jet Moto and stuff like that. Jet Moto was
Like,
fun.
dude, this game was literally like they give you all these like pictures of the characters and stuff too, and most of them, are just really bad. And then on top of it too, like Mountain Dew and Butterfingers
Oh
had
god,
sponsors in there.
Butterfingers was always my favorite. Like the whole Butterfingers and stuff like that. That was like,
Like it's one of the worst, and the way the game plays, like you can't drive like a normal. It's like a partial jet ski mixed if you mixed it with like F-Zero. So like you're driving, and then you have to press the circle button in order for it to click to like a pole, so you can swing yourself around. I'm like,
dude, that was
this is
friggin' epic.
This is terrible.
But I loved it though. That was
Oh, I
epic.
bet. No,
Oh no. Hold on. You forgot the bumpers. Whenever you did the bumpers, you'd always like tilt until you like roll right over.
there's no reason for the bumpers.
There was every time you go over a jump.
Yeah, but like it didn't matter because it was you'd fall anyways into the water.
Yeah, but
so
you always
just
did the
fun.
corkscrew.
Yeah, it was really bad. Like this was really bad.
I'm not gonna lie.
And,
I wish I could like revitalize my PS1 and just bring those discs back.
oh, dude, it was so terrible. But like, Wave Race is one that I think needs to get like completely redone because they did have two games. There was one called Blue Storm for the GameCube, but I didn't get a chance to play that, so I only remember from the one. Oh, another one that deserves not a remake, right, or a remaster, but to just come back to revitalize the series, and that's Diddy Kong Racing. Like, and Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing would be cool. I would like to see Diddy Kong Racing. I would like to see, since I'm thinking about the N64 era, I would like to see Glover.
No, you know what they gotta bring back? Friggin' Intelligent Cube. IQ. Intelligent Cube.
No, what is that? Like that intergalactic space whatever game? I don't remember what it's called. But it's like you play as like farm animals and you're in space. It's really, really weird.
Destroy All Humans?
No, not Destroy All Humans. That game already got a remaster. And
oh my god, there was another one
awesome.
from the original Xbox days. Like I'm talking about the original Xbox, like back when the PS1 was around. It was part of the Munch's Odyssey, like Abe and Munch's Odyssey or something like that.
Okay.
Like where he like had the one leg and he hopped around.
Mm-hmm.
And like and then there was also Fusion Frenzy was always my favorite one.
Fusion Frenzy, bro, you can't be going off of Fusion
Zach
Frenzy.
the Ack and the Schlack Pack is back again.
Well, I know there's a couple ones coming through, like Alone in the Dark. Isn't this like the third time I think they've attempted this one?
Well, clearly they didn't see that one coming.
Right, yeah, right. Alone in the Dark 3.
Yeah.
Still looking to turn on the lights. Like, well, and like Prince of Persia is another one too. I know that's getting a new game, with a new character, a new prince, and everything. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of wish they would just remaster the old, like not the old ones, but the one from 2008, because that one's really fun, right? Like that one's actually surprisingly pretty fun. Because like you have the prince and you do your little moves and stuff. It's a very easy game. Like there's not a whole lot to it, but like Elika, who's like your companion, and she can do magic and stuff. So like you'll jump and then she'll like swing you across the platform or something. It's really cool.
I mean, after the whole Sands of Time and everything, like you would think she would have some magic.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like it was good. I would say it was still a pretty good game. It was very visually beautiful. That's what I'll say. It's definitely very visually beautiful. This new one seems like it's going to be like a third, like a side scroller kind of thing, bringing back to like older days. But I don't know if I like that a whole lot.
The one series I'm really rooting for right now, and I know they've said it multiple times, and they've teased it multiple times. Splinter Cell.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They
I
have
would
to
say.
bring it back.
Well, and you're not gonna bring. You can't bring Metal Gear back and not bring Splinter Cell.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Splinter Cell is just. Splinter Cell is just cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Splinter Cell's just cool. Like, I never got a chance to play too many of them. One of my favorite moments ever of Splinter Cell though is G4 when they used to do like there's like Bob and Steve on Xbox and they're just two just dumb heads, like just trying to goof around and stuff. But they just thought they were just having fun playing the game. But Splinter Cell is one of those games that just it doesn't get brought up anymore. It's definitely been buried.
I mean, that's hence the whole I want the revival of it. Like, Stealth Action Redefined was the first one. Pandora Tomorrow. Then there's Double
Chaos Theory,
Agent, Chaos Theory.
Conviction, yeah.
Yeah, like, it just bring him back. Bring back Sam Fisher. Like, bring him back.
I would say,
teased.
bring him
It's
back.
been teased too many times. Like, they had it in Apex. They had it in Fortnite. They have it like they brought it like to multiple areas. Like, once you see the goggles, you know people go ape shit.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Just don't do it what Elder Scrolls did and release a trailer fucking 6 years or 5 years before your thing's even like the concept's even done. Like,
I
don't do
mean,
that.
yeah, like I swear maybe there is one coming out in 2024. I don't know. Like,
There
there should be
might
one
be.
around
I
the
mean,
corner.
there's a lot of games coming with 2024. Persona 3 Reload, which I didn't get a chance to play the Persona 3 when it got ported over, but I heard it was terrible. Princess Peach out Showtime is another one. I'm really excited for that because Princess Peach should get a game again. Like, even if I don't play it, I feel like she deserves a game. Like,
no, she does. But what was the what game did she have that just came out? Was it just Mario 2?
Super Princess Peach, where she used her emotions to end up like solving puzzles and stuff.
Oh.
But in this one, it's like she went to a play and then she gets put in part of the play, so then she has to like use different versions of herself in order to win, which just sounds cool and it kind of sticks with the Mario theme. So I can't really complain. But besides that, I said the big one was going to be Wonder Woman for me. Like, Wonder Woman should deserve. I think it's going to be strictly on Themyscira. It's like a third person. I hope it's just not another God of War.
Just as a female perspective part of it.
Yeah, just like basically like a walking sim with fighting. I like those, but I think if they kept it true to maybe a more fluid combat, I wouldn't even be totally opposed to with Wonder Woman a little more Dark Souls style combat. I don't think they'll do it, but I think it'd definitely be interesting. Like, all I know is for me, Wonder Woman has to be fast. Like, she has to be moving. She has to be constantly engaged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe even the free flow combat would be cool. I'm not really all that sure. I know I'm just kind of spitballing ideas and shit.
Sorry, I'm just looking into to see if there is a remake of Splinter Cell coming out, and there is talks. Like, Ubisoft did announce that there is one in the make, that they're using the Snowdrop engine, but other than that, like, information is pretty thin. Like, they want to keep it hush hush.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, it did announce the Splinter Cell remake in December of 2021. The video also delves into the history of Splinter Cell series. Yeah, like, it came out back in 2002. Like, holy shit! Like, came back out in 2002. Yo,
Nice.
I'm old.
Well, what else is kind of cool too is, so I was looking up just to be sure. Guitar Hero is also getting a revival. It looks like.
I mean, does Guitar Hero really need a revival? Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna say it doesn't. Like these how do you want to say it? These music games, these not like the Just Dance, not like any of that. I'm talking about like Guitar Hero, Rock Band, DJ Hero was a good one. I love DJ Hero. With the turntables and everything. Um, Stuff like that. You know what? They do deserve a revival. They do deserve to come back out. Like what is this? If let's say I own DJ Hero, which I did, I had to trade in my turntable um control. I had to get rid of my game. I had to get rid of the thing just to get the new systems and all that. But like, where are they now? Like, what about all the people that are like keeping their old Guitar Heroes, like the guitars from the
Mm-hmm.
early 2000s? What are they doing
Right.
with it? And like, you can't play the game now because it's not like literally unless you have the old 360 or any system that required you to play it. Unless you still have it somewhere. What about the rest of what about the rest of like the gaming world? Bring it back.
Right. Right. And that's actually something too is like, okay, so I think Guitar Hero can come back, but the reason why I say it can is because there's no really other games like it. It's not one that's going to have too much of people being like, no, we don't want to, we don't want to bet, like, because it's oversaturated. There's no oversaturation in that genre. I can bring
Well,
back another Guitar
it's
Hero every 4 or 5 years.
well. The thing
And
is that it's its own niche and everything. Like, well,
Mhm.
okay. How many you've taken a look on Twitch recently? You've taken a look on YouTube, TikTok, all the social media platforms on Twitch, and I've noticed too. How many DJing streams have you seen recently? How many music streams have you been seeing recently? Not much, but they are there. And like discoverability, people who like enjoy music, who don't play games, but like are paving their way to do two things at once, whether it be making live content of music or making just live content in general to promote them, like making live music. It's very unique. It's very like a unique niche and all that. So it does come with the games as well. Like I
Mhm.
can't really see like there being a lot of hatred for it because a lot of people loved Rock Band back or Guitar Hero back in the day, and like people are still stoked about it. The one thing that really has to go is the whole DMCA shit because that is what's gonna kill it. That will kill it the moment it launches. Like people, this whole DMCA shit ever since it came out during 2020 has got to go because now I think we're already past the crap where these artists already are still bitching about making their millions when they already have millions. But
Right.
there are people out there that are just trying to enjoy something but get banned because of a little bit of music. Like
No,
why?
absolutely. And that happens a lot too, is like a lot of these you guys gotta be very careful because, if you have absolutely too much music or like I know you've mentioned to me before, even if like I'm sitting there and I'm starting to hum a tune, I have to make sure I can't do that because
Yeah,
someone else could
I
go and
got
be
my
like,
video
oh, I don't
muted
like
for 3 seconds for humming something.
Yeah. It's crazy. Um but but overall I would definitely say Guitar Hero, DJ Hero would be cool. I think DJ Hero would be really cool, especially with all the types of stuff, like the types of music that we have in that genre of like even like dubstep, EDM, all that. I
Oh,
think DJ here
it
would be
was honestly from what I remember, it was fun. Like I loved just mixing and everything.
right. So I think Guitar Hero, DJ Hero, rock band, would all be very very viable. I think it'd be really cool for them to come through. But and that's the thing I like about games is you have so many different styles. I mean, do you see Lollipop Chainsaw is getting a remake?
Oh dear God.
Yeah, out of all the games to choose from, and I don't remember who makes Lollipop Chainsaw. We're actually gonna go and check it out real quick because I probably shot Chainsaw. I don't want shot Chainsaw VR. Grasshopper Manufacture, which I've never heard of before. It looks like they haven't. Huh. So I got Grasshopper Manufacturer and I got videos of not that. So. Oh, but they've made games. Okay, so they made Killer 7, No More Heroes, Shadows of the Damned, Lollipop Chainsaw. So it would make a lot of sense with No More Heroes. For how outrageous that game is in Killer 7, which is really, really cool. So the fact that they made Lollipop Chainsaw doesn't surprise me. I just think if you were to tell me that Lollipop Chainsaw is getting a game, I'm not going to lie to you, I just wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw, like... I mean, the cinematics for the trailer on that one was just...
Dude, I remember the first time I played Lollipop Chainsaw, and I was in my first apartment, and, like, I had a roommate, and he's sitting there, and, like, the opening cinematic, you know? And they show her, like, I think she's, like, waking up in the morning, and he, like, walks downstairs, and he's like, what are you playing? And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
it was very upbeat, from what I remember.
It was very
upbeat. Guy gets his head chopped off on the back of a chick's ass, and she's all
killing
blonde
zombies
and high
and stuff.
Like, yeah, and she's all like blonde and high and full of like cheer spirit. Insane.
You can't really be mad at it either. Like, you can't be mad at it,
buddy. I was
like you can't like. It was just.
I was ecstatic.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was like, ooh, Lollipop Chainsaw.
I know it was a game also that, in my opinion, it didn't take itself too seriously, and so why should I? You know, so I never did, and I just had a good time playing it.
No, exactly. It's one of those games that literally I think they put it out as like. Well, back then too, they also did put games that are like giant spoofs.
Well, and a lot of them are more like obtuse, like a little more creative. Like one of my favorite games from that era that I didn't think about till now is Vanquish. And Vanquish was just, you had a guy in a suit, and it was a Japanese-based game, but you were like stopping robots, and you blow the robots up, and you jump on your knees, and like you'd slide on your knees. Like, you just, like, jets would come out, and you'd keep shooting, and when you finished it, you could just pull a cigarette out and just light the cigarette, because you're just such a badass. You know? And, like, I love those
it sounds like legit. Actually, around that time, like, they had a lot of stuff to, like, invent, try, see what succeeded, see what didn't succeed. Like, I would say, like, basically our era was, like, the guinea pig era.
It really was, and that's when you started seeing a lot of games come through that were trying something new, Mr. Mosquito. But but no, in all reality, Katamari Damacy is one of them too, actually, off the top of my head, that was never supposed to be good but blew up. A lot of them. Oh my god,
you know what just came to my mind as soon as you said all that crap? Do you remember back then Elevator?
Elevator? No.
No, really, where you're inside of the apartment building and you literally have to run down the stairs, jump into the elevator, try to make it down to the bottom before like people shoot at you. But it was like it was like old school 2D. No, was it 2D or was it like blocked, like pixelated? Come on, you got to search it up. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'll take a look at it after this.
And then in order to succeed, you jump in your like little Corvette at the very bottom, or the Lamborghini goes away. But the whole point was to get like classified info. But as you're going, you're literally taking elevators to get to the bottom. It was so fun. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can look it up.
That sounds so stupid.
It sounds stupid. Like
I thought it was gonna be like, that makes me like, okay, so just for everyone who's gonna listen to this, I now want Elevator Simulator.
No, it's not. Well, actually, yeah.
From the makers of Goat Simulator, come Elevator Simulator.
Yeah,
2027. Like, I would play it.
No, but it was.
That's so dumb.
If I find it, wait, was it? Like,
but I love those kind of obtuse games, man. Like, I do. I love those kind of like weird, all over the place games.
Oh, dude, if they remade it, here it is. Elevator Action. That's what it was called. Ready?
Elevator Action.
Elevator Action. See that?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it when I get a chance.
No, you don't have to watch it. Just look at the pick.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it coming out really blurry. That's why I'm like not watching. Like it's not working as well. But yeah, I will definitely take a look at it. Also,
I'll send it to you. But like,
yeah, please.
And you know what? You could use this too as like if you want to do it for your thumbnail. Here you go, revival. Bringing it back old school.
There's a bunch actually. As I'm looking through my old Xbox stuff, like all my Xbox stuff, it kind of blows my mind a little bit.
But here, check your DC.
Okay, let me go check.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. But this looks so dumb. Like it looks so dumb. Like
those are levels, man.
I don't know. So I forgot to mention, dude, Lord of the Rings: Battle for Middle Earth. I forgot. Why does that game get remade? Like that was a good one. There's actually a lot of games through here now that I'm looking through these that were actually really fun, like Dust and Elysian Tale. Like, A Dishonored's good. Warface, Enchanted Arms, Halo 3. Halo 3 on Xbox. When's the last time I played this? Oh, I can't even. I don't even want to go look. This is gonna make me feel old, dude. It's gonna make me feel old.
What?
Halo on. Oh, I can't look at them. I can only look at them through. So can I tell me when I got this achievement?
Oh God. Oh, shall we go back through? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so MVP in a ranked match. Hell yeah, I was good with that one. Man, these bring me back so much. I don't even want to look at. They can only show me what year. But I think you're right. I think a lot of games could use that revival aspect of them.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be really interesting to just kind of go down the line and find what games really deserve a revival.
Elevator Action definitely needs a revival.
Elevator Action does not need a revival.
It needs a revival.
It does not need a revival.
There needs a revival.
For those who are listening, if it needs a revival, let us know.
Come on, it came back out in 1983 and all that, and it was for the Game Boy Advance, and it was for everything.
I don't care. Like, I don't care. No, it does not need a revival. But don't think about it too hard because it probably will end up getting a revival.
Hey, if it does,
in 3D,
then we already have those crappy games that are out there now.
5 minutes in an elevator.
It's not 5 minutes. Okay.
You got that now, didn't you? But no, there's a lot that could get that revival as we're talking about. Like a lot that could get a remaster. But I just want to see it done well. You know what I mean? I just want to see it done well. And I know one of the big things.
Hence the whole revival bit, because it's getting a second chance. Like,
right.
You would think if they messed up on their first chance.
Remember Me. Oh, Blade Kitten. I remember that game. NFL Blitz could deserve a revival. NFL Blitz just deserves better. But even as I look down through this list of games, and I'll actually share this list with you too. So, because I don't want to be the only one just looking at this, right?
I mean, it depends on what we're looking at, right?
So look at some of all these games that, like, I mean, there's a lot of them that I just started and then didn't play. Like Dark Souls 2. That's because I'm trash at Dark Souls 2. And this is low, you know what I mean? Like look at all these games that are Splinter Cell Conviction, Fable 3. I mean, Fable's getting a new one, so I'm not really too worried. Prototype got a remaster, didn't make the game less shitty.
Yeah.
Like, and don't get me wrong, I love Prototype. Like, it's just that the gameplay kind of sucks. Hey,
I see some RE5.
So RE5, yeah, I played it for like a bit.
And then I see some Tomb Raider.
Oh, I'm at the bottom of the list. Remember Me. Look at that. There's no reason.
Well, clearly you have been forgotten.
Yeah, right. I mean, if Fast and Furious Showdown. So, actually, really funny story here. So, Fast and Furious Showdown, I was playing that with a friend of mine, and we thought we could play together, but we realized we couldn't. So, we're both going. He's doing videos on his. I'm showing videos on mine, and he's just getting ripped on the entire time. She's like, dude, why is your friend just outbeating you in this so easily? Like, Arkham, Tomb Raider. There's a lot of really good ones. I'm actually gonna bump up here a little bit.
I
Oh,
mean,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I wish I could show my list and everything, but like I've had two different accounts.
Right.
Um,
This is my second account. This is my Rough and Rule 87. I gotta switch that name. But this is my second account.
if I remembered my old account, like I stopped at literally 50,000 gamer score. Like you'd see nothing but like 1,000s going all the way down.
Oh, I can imagine. Like some of these games came through Sonic Adventure 2. I think that's on PlayStation. I actually might play that. But I love some of these games. Call of Duty Go. I love some of these games. Like, but it is. It's just fun to go through sometimes and kind of see what games were legitimate, what games were. I love XCOM, but I'm not gonna lie when I say I suck at it. I am absolutely trash at XCOM, but I love playing it. Like I'm just a glutton for punishment. Like Rayman 3, that was great. Recore wasn't that good. But there's some really good ones on there. I mean, if I tried to get into my old account, I probably could look even farther back. I was telling about the Mirror's Edge and how I beat Mirror's Edge on what mode was it? Oh, without firing a gun. I went through the whole game without firing a gun. Mirror's Edge won. Never do it again. Never again. And I told myself last time too, I was like, I'm never gonna do this again. And then I went to a new one, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. It wasn't that difficult. Bullshit. It was very difficult. I will never do that again. Terrible decision. But
actually, hold on a sec. So let's see if I could share something.
You might be able
I'm sure
to.
I can't. I'm sure I can't.
You might be able
we'll
to.
See.
You just got to hit the share button.
We'll see.
Oh, we can try to see. I think it'll be really interesting too, because I just like seeing what other people have brought.
Can I actually? I'm wondering if I can actually sign in to my account and see my account.
Maybe. But,
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. But the one last thing I wanted to talk about, and this is one of the big ones too, because this is kind of my big topic. I like putting my big topics last. And this is about more like the cinematics in AAA games. I know we talked about it a couple times before, but not very in depth. But about can cinematics actually get hampered by their or AAA games get hampered by their cinematics? And
well, that is a big topic because, like, as we see, it can possibly happen right now. Like, Final Fantasy 16, everybody says it's too cinematic. Like, here's the thing: you have a community that's saying it's way too cinematic versus gameplay, but then you have another part that says it's not cinematic enough. So, does the hindrance of cinematics overshadow the gameplay? Like, can it be an actual issue?
Well, and I think it can. I think part of it is when it starts to strip you away from where you're going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16 is incredibly cinematic, but as long as I'm engaged in the cinematics, like I'm going to use actually Naruto, the Ultimate Ninja Storm series. So even when you're fighting, when you get into a cinematic part, it's just quick time events. But I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not mad at that because I'm still watching and thinking like, oh, that's cool. I think overall, it's like Final Fantasy 16 overall. It's just a very cinematic game. I have nothing against it.
No, it's
But
not
like
bad at
I
all.
saw people even talk about like Spider-Man. You go and you swing to one area, then it's boom into cinematics. When in some games, yeah, you didn't have to do that, or the cinematics kind of allowed you to still mess around a little bit with while you're still in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with a lot of games trying to become, especially with Sony's ones, of games trying to become movies, I definitely understand that because there's times where it's going to feel like they take away you playing the game. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
Like, I feel like that's part of it is like they take away your player agency. And once a game takes away my player agency just to show me fancy stuff, I don't care as much anymore.
Yeah, no,
I have to still
it's
be still rocking in there. So I don't know. It's definitely a different subject. It's weird. Like, and I want to hear what your stance is on it. Look,
about the cinematics and everything. I
yeah.
mean, like again, I've never played I've never played Final Fantasy 16 yet to say that like I find it too cinematics and everything. But to me, I play games like example the Dark Pictures anthology where people would say that it's more they don't like it because the Dark Pictures how they deal with it is like you're only moving like a certain amount before your choices that you decide. That's all you basically do. Like you're just moving from area to area, but the choices you make are the ones with the consequences. People don't understand that like you are narrating and directing a story at the same time. Hence why it's all story driven. Um so just like the cinematics, if I was playing Final Fantasy 16 or Spider-Man, would that affect me? No, it wouldn't affect me because like I like that. I enjoy like it's pretty badass where hey, it feels like I'm playing a movie
Mm-hmm.
versus a game. Like you're playing a totally different experience
Right.
versus like what you're supposed to be getting. Some people will just be like, "Oh, it's just another game" or whatever. It's just, "Oh, how do you get so caught up into it?" It's like, well, here's the question: why do you love what you love if you can't turn to someone else and say, "Why do you love it so much?" It's just whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And I think, like, for myself, I think I don't mind cinematics in games. I really don't. Like I said, as long as they don't take away my player agency. You know, the Dark Pictures anthology is really interesting to me because that game is supposed to be that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
supposed to be
like
that way.
it's a story. You're like the whole point of it is like introducing the curator and everything. You are the author. Literally, like you are the author. You make the decisions. You make the choices. You take the consequences, good or bad.
Mm-hmm. No,
Like,
you really do.
yeah, and the best is when you get shit for it. Like, the curator is the intermission and says, "Oh, I see you're doing good," or "I see there's so many still alive." Like, what the hell is wrong with you? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
are you shocked? But you're getting feedback on what you're doing, which is great, even if you don't want it.
No, exactly. And you get feedback from it. But like I said, that's the point of the game. You know, there's a whole lot of games that do that. It's not anymore. Every once in a while, you play a game that would really lean heavily on quick time events, which I was always never a huge fan of.
Oh yeah,
But
the same. QuickTime events is always like it varies. It's always been the bane of existence. QuickTime events.
mm-hmm. No, it's definitely not a fun time, especially when quick time events kind of take over everything in the game. I think of like Dying Light 1 when you're supposed to fight the one dude, and I think it's a quick time event just to push him off the building and win. And I was like, why?
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a QuickTime event. Like it really doesn't. It seems like it's a waste. It's a waste of something that yeah they could have added, but it's like they decided to say, you know what, let's do it because we're hiding our shame of not coming up with something interesting, so we'll give them a quick time event to like just because. It's like
Mm,
they literally had no idea of what to do there, so they're like, let's just fill the gap.
right. No, exactly. And I mean, like I said, it kind of depends. I think that's subjective, but I definitely understand how like people can think that it could definitely downgrade, especially when you're like, I look at like the Ratchet and Clank old ones to new ones, where the cinematics, quote unquote, felt
Yeah,
didn't feel like cinematics. They felt like you were just part of the world, and I enjoyed that. So like when you change it, it definitely does feel different. But that's pretty
yeah.
much it for this episode I got here. I don't know if you got anything else you wanted to discuss at the last bit here.
Well,
But
I'm just ashamed I couldn't find the list now. But you know what? I'll save the list for like when we get into the next topic and we discuss about that. Like, which we were already discussing, other topics of yet to come. So hope everybody tunes into those ones because Afro has been coming up with some pretty good topics. If anybody out there has any other topics that they wish for us to discuss, let us know. We'll be happy to like give our inputs and everything. Like, feel
mhm.
free to like share.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, feel free, and we will definitely discuss it. We'll bring it up on this channel or on this podcast. If anything, I mean, we can all bring it on a separate one too. We also love to bring in new people as well, get new people, different perspectives and stuff. So make sure to definitely check us out. Check out this podcast, AfrofishOG, AFOG podcast. Right now, that's what I'm just gonna go with until that time. So that'll be up on Spotify. It'll also be on YouTube as well. So just kind of check it out. Let us know what you think. All right. I appreciate you being on, my dude. And I'll definitely
Yeah,
be
always.
talking to you probably a bit later as well. And with everything, like I say every time, I'm Taylor from Afrofish OG, and I will catch you all in the next one.